Well, I told you, look at Crown Victoria, Mercury, glass top, convertible.
You know, this guy has an endless supply of projects.
Oh yeah, he'd have to live to be 400 years old to do all these, but he does great work.
Well, today we're going to meet this guy, this artist that takes these type of cars and converts them into pieces of art.
Where do you see some of the beautiful lead sled stuff he's made? He's a real steel worker.
We're going to see that and more coming up on Griot's Garage Treasures. To another episode of Griot's Garage Treasures. Sam and I have traveled all the way to Newnan, Georgia.
A little foggy here this morning. We got here nice and early. We're at Ken Endicott's place. We're going to see some really neat stuff. This guy is the king of lead sled.
He has an incredible collection. In fact, he's got buildings all over the place. I'm going to check this one out over here, bud.
Let me show you one of the cars that Ken's got. This is gorgeous. This is Ken Endicott, good friend of mine. And how many of these Phaetons are around?
Yeah, not many, because they're four doors. And this is the year that the first four-door hardtop was made.
Okay.
And of course, Mercury's topped the line because it's Phaeton. It was in all our brochures. Of course, this has been extensively modified.
I see that. So how much has been chopped?
12-inch windshields cut about 4 1/4 in the front and 7 1/4 in the back. And the back windshield, as you know, can't be cut because it'll explode.
Right.
So this is 2 sets of 55 Plymouth windshields cut in 3 pieces, and then the 49 Mercury chrome separating them.
This car is super low, super long. It's got all the right stuff. The big cruiser skirts. You got those nice portholes there. That looks like Buick stuff there.
It is Buick, and the headlights and the rear quarters extended.
I'll bet you this car just floats going down the road, doesn't it?
It does.
This was really hot dog car, isn't it?
It was. They see you coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is an original Mercury color. It's called Carousel Red and White.
Huh, and that's not really a red, is it?
It's got an orange cast to it, almost like the Viper or a Porsche Guard red.
This is a beautiful car. Let's go see if we can see what Dave's got himself into, because he'll steal stuff from you.
Oh.
Well, Sam, look what I've discovered in one of these garages, 2 56 Lincoln Premiers. This is the first year for the Premier. This one, of course, has been lowered, got one heck of a Continental kit on the back. Of course, this one is all stock. I think this is a future project to come, but what I really like is this 57 Ford Fairlane 500. This brings back a lot of memories. My first car was a 57 Ford Fairlane. This is what is known as Scorch. And the reason for that is because it's a flamethrower. It's got a little shift knob on there that'll light up with flames, but look at this flame pattern here.
We spent 60 hours in 4 days laying out and taping these flames. They're 4-color candy base coat. We started off painting all the flames white, and then you paint the Spanish gold, and then tangerine, and then apple red, and then get the tips with cobalt blue. Boyd Coddington gave me Best 50s hot rod for this car because of the flames, and several good guys.
This is a 54 Ford lead sled, beautiful car. Got this 53 DeSoto bumper, 56 DeSoto grill with the parking lights removed, nosed here, it's been pancaked.
The front pan was only like 2 or 3 inches stock wide, so we had to hand make out of steel all that top pan and the lower pan to fit this DeSoto grill in it. Turn signals are 64 Ford XL, all tunneled in.
This thing's been slammed so much, when Ken did this, he actually sectioned out the fender so the wheel opening would look like it's in good proportion.
What I did is took a plasma cutter, and I come right up through here and down this way and dropped this whole piece down. So I dropped this almost 3 inches. Then I put another straight piece in here, give the effect of being lowered. That constituted this trim because the fender was looked too wide.
This is off a Dodge, got it to fit this Ford, and of course the car has absolutely got beautiful lines, nice lake pipes, cruiser skirts, triple tunneled antennas. He really likes the antennas. And he extended the quarter panels, put some Oldsmobile taillights in it, and this is all welded in and just made to be part of the trunk lid on this Continental kit.
There's actually a Coronado kit, which was an accessory back for 54 Fords. They used to just rivet them on.
Ken even fabricated his bumper out of Pontiac parts, and he made these extensions for the exhaust, because this is a flamethrower, and you want to keep the flame off the back of the car so it doesn't hurt the paint. A real period lead sled car. This thing is gorgeous.
Well, folks, being around here in these garages, you find all kind of very interesting cars. I'll bet you can't guess what this one is. Well, we're going to tell you right after the break.
This edition of Griot's Garage Treasures is being brought to you by Griot's Garage, car care for the perfectionist. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. And by Advance Auto Parts. Service is our best part.
Welcome back to Griot's Garage Treasures. And speaking of treasures, man, you don't get one any better than this. This is a 49 Cadillac. Now, it doesn't look like it because there's been a lot of work done to it. Ken has gone and nosed the front. He's Frenched the headlights on the front bumper. It had rivets on it. He's knocked those off, cleaned that up. Beautiful piece of work here. It's been lowered.
It's got hydraulics in the front and air shocks in the back. Engine is 345 horse ZZ3 Corvette.
If you look on the inside, the interior is all customized. Got a console in there. He's chopped the top 4 3/4 inches, as you can see. Now take a look at this trim right down here. This comes from a Ford Crown Victoria. Pretty neat stuff. We go back here to the back. Look what he's done to the body here.
The taillights are late model Cadillac, and of course the fins. This used to have a fin about right here. Those all been cut off. It's all been welded up, molded. The gas lid is from a vintage racing Porsche, and the bumper is 58 Packard Hawk that they only made 1 year with 55 Studebaker tag guard. And then if you look underneath, the bumper is so narrow that I didn't have room for the exhaust, so my friend Kelly Puckett, who also painted this car, made me some pans out of 50 Lincoln front fender spares to run the exhaust through.
The trunk here, he has sectioned that about 3 inches. Truly a beautiful piece of work. I love the color on this thing. This is definitely a prize winner anywhere you want to go, but you'd never know it was a Cadillac.
Ken's been bending metal for 50 years on these cars. He knows what he's doing, but he's also very smart. He doesn't cut up rare cars. Now you're looking at here, a 56 Mercury Montclair. Well, may not be the rarest car in the world, but this one is, because this is a Sun Valley edition. This is a glass roof car. There was all kinds of options in this car. This even had the shade that you would pull inside to keep the sun from coming through the glass roof. Got a beautiful interior. And you know, in the 50s, two-tone was real popular. Beautiful white, this beautiful blue, all of the lines separated by beautiful stainless. It's all polished. This car is impeccably restored.
The dash, for instance, we took it apart, and a guy that works for me hand-painted every number and dial on that deal. All the gold Sun Valley emblems have been replated. We did have to do some work on the engine. We had to do the top end of the 312.
What makes this car so rare, this 56 Sun Valley, they only made 12 of them for consumption throughout the whole country.
A friend of mine in Alabama had this one, and a 55. Since I'd bought some Fords and Mercurys from him before, he said, you know, he's gonna let me have these. Car come out of Southern California. The way I got the numbers, there was only 12 of them made. All these Canadians was all over me trying to buy it, and they had all the numbers. It was a good car to start with, but you know, you got to do everything on them.
This car is restored to the nines and preserved for future generations. A beautiful automobile.
Well, I was next to this Cadillac, folks, but I couldn't help noticing this car. Believe it or not, this isn't what you think it might be. This is a 1956 Meteor. Now, it looks like a Crown Vic, and it technically is. You can see that with the strip across the top here. But this is a Canadian car. Has a Continental kit on the back. The taillights are a little bit different.
I was at Americruise at Madison, Wisconsin with this Cadillac. I seen this sitting here and it had a for sale sign on it about that big on the windshield. I finally found the guy and said, I'd like to buy the car. I didn't have the cash with me. And he said, I see your car here, don't worry about it. So I offered to fly him back if he drove the car down. So I drove this. My friend Kelly Puckett drove his 50 Mercury, and he'd run this all the caravan, and we come all the way back. And it kept right up with us, so we figured it's a pretty good car by the time it got here.
But what really sets this car apart, you can see this whole grille is a lot different. This is the Meteor. This was a Canadian car, just a bit different than the Ford.
We're in one of Ken's workshops. Right here, you see he's got a sheet metal brake, got a bead machine. Here's a car with the restorations in progress. Very rare car. It's not a Canadian Ford. I'll tell you all about it right after the break, so don't go away.
Griot's Garage is car care for the perfectionist. Whether you're cleaning a daily driver or perfecting the paint on your dream car, Griot's Garage makes a full line of products to get it done. From paint and chrome to wheels and tires, we make it, we teach it, we guarantee it. Shop for the hard-to-buy-for car enthusiast on your list and have fun in your garage at griotsgarage.com.
Welcome back to Griot's Garage Treasures. Now, look at this. This is a 56 Ford Crown Vic. And it's called Fiesta Red, Colonial White. Now, this has a Continental kit. It's under construction. You can see how nicely he's painted the inside of the trunk. This car has zero rust in it. Now, the Continental kit had a release lever. They popped out of the way like this, so you could access the trunk, put your luggage in. Your fuel filler was also right here. Really a nice setup.
This car come out of Oklahoma, and it was good shape. I mean, I didn't have to do floor pans or any of that. The worst thing about it had been in a hailstorm, and the stainless had nicks and little tiny dents and stuff in it. So I took apart 2 other cars and got all the best stainless and then had it all polished up and all that when we was doing the restoration.
It's a glass roof. They call these Skyliners. Now, what made this car rare is not the fact that it's a 56 Crown Victoria Skyliner, but this car was very rare because it had factory air. And not to hang under the dash here, if you look closely at this dash, you'll see the original vents built right into the dashboard.
They only made 603 of these cars with the glass tops, and with factory air, it's probably down to maybe 100 or 150, I'm thinking.
This was 1956. The chrome race was on, the horsepower race was on, the styling race was on. Ford had some incredible styling. These cars were very popular, but they're so hard to find. You know, guys have been doing Chevys for years, but a 55, 56, 57 Ford Crown Vic Skyliner, these cars in this kind of condition, where the floor pans aren't gone and the quarters aren't rotted off them, these are very rare.
Well, Sam, look what I found over here in the corner of this garage. Not only Marilyn Monroe and Betty Boop in a jukebox, the 1936 little Ford Roadster here. And it's got a LaSalle grill on it up here. It's all steel.
It seems to be the going trend, and I always liked hot rod flat black. When I was a kid growing up, it was always kind of a mystique when you seen one that was primer or part primer off, because everybody had in their head was, boy, that's going to be pretty when he paints it red, or going to be pretty when he paints it yellow or black. So the primer always left a little mystery to it, and this will probably always be hot rod primer.
If you look right down here, this bad boy has been slammed.
Of course, hydraulics on the back. It's got a 80 Malibu front clip in the front, narrowed. The engine is a Chevrolet 383 stroker motor, which is really nasty.
He has filled in this whole wheel well, so he's got a complete skirt here, and you can see how far slammed that is. It is sitting on the ground. And the taillights, these are Buick Trip lights. Quite a little car.
I don't like the bumpers. I'm going to change the bumpers on them. I'm going to put a 49 Plymouth front and a 49 Plymouth station wagon on the back that dips down for the Continental kit. I don't like the headlights. I got smaller 50 style that will fit right on the fender. And I don't like the top. It's either too high in the front or it's too low in the back, one or the other. So I've got to do some changing on that. And I don't know if I'll chrome these extensions on the windshield or not. Maybe, maybe not.
Here's a 35 Ford. This car is beautiful. A lot of modifications. It's chopped. It's got a beautiful convertible top on it. It's got 65 Corvette seats that were cut down. The stops were taken out of them.
The console and shifter is an Olds Hearst, his and hers, the dual gate shifter.
In the back, that's all 65 Corvette right there. This folds up, the top goes down, makes a hard tonneau. It's got a built 383 stroker motor in it, turbo 400 that's built. Ken says no matter what speed you're going, stick your foot in it, you better hold on to it. And being a 35, you know, it's got the beautiful peaks, very subtle in the fender, got 35 Cadillac headlights. These bumpers were all handmade out of Mercury bumper override bars, took 4 sets to do those, sectioned out the grille. That's another body modification. This car is not only channeled down on a custom frame, but there's 4 inches sectioned out of the body. And what's really unique is it's a boat tail. Now this car is all steel except for back here. Fairmont Motor Company made some plastic roadsters and they built 3 boat tails, never put them on anything, so there's one on this car that Ken has, one on a customized one in California, and one in New York.
I bought this car out of New Jersey from a guy that a friend of mine in Indiana found out about, and I was hunting one of these roadsters anyway. Fairlane Bodies quit making them. He said, I think I found you one that's right up your alley, that it's already chopped, channeled, and sectioned. Started modifying it from there, you know, changed the seat, put bumpers on it, and, you know, what I thought it needed.
So it's low, got beautiful wire wheels, got handmade bumper, used a lot of Mercury and Pontiac parts in that bumper. Got 39 Chevy taillights. This car is really slick. Good to look at, fun to drive, and fast as can be.
And folks, guess what I found? Sam's brothers right here. I wanted you to meet them. Anyway, wait, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, though, we got a beautiful car we're going to show you right here.
This edition of Griot's Garage Treasures is being brought to you by Griot's Garage, car care for the perfectionist. And by Quick Latch, a new generation of hood fastening technology. And by Nitro Plate, your one-stop shop for high temperature and anti-corrosion coatings.
Welcome back to Griot's Garage Treasures. Here's another great example. 56 Olds Super 88.
The regular 88 just has the 88 badges on it, doesn't have this circle around it. So that makes it a Super 88, which means it's got the 98 engine in it, and the chrome on the regular 88, this comes up here, and it either stops here or comes up a little bit, but doesn't have this big, bold stainless piece on it.
Now look at these beautiful taillights. You saw these before. These were in that 54 Ford lead sled. This car is totally restored, pretty turquoise, kind of a light turquoise and blue. Car's beautiful, got great stainless all over it.
Cruising the coast down in Biloxi, Gulfport, and a guy had just put a for sale sign up on it, and I talked to him. He was out of North Carolina, and that's where the car got restored, actually, was North Carolina.
And if you look in here, beautiful Art Deco dash. What's interesting, if you look at the quadrant, you had park, neutral, drive, then you had an S for super, low and reverse. Super was like holding it in second speed, so that way it didn't shift into top gear. Made these cars really perform, big torque converters in them. The Super 88 had the engine that was in the 98. There were 324 cubic inches, but they had 190 horsepower, 200 horsepower, and 240. This had the 240 horsepower engine. It's got the Batwing air cleaner, which Cadillac and Oldsmobile used. Now originally sitting on this manifold was a WCFB carburetor, but this AFB is much more drivable. Got an alternator, and it's got 2-speed electric wipers. Doing that makes this car really reliable, easy to drive, pretty good on fuel for its size, and then you can see how pretty it is. Nothing's been taken off of it. Ken and his bride can drive around Newnan looking really sharp in this thing.
Griot's Garage wants you to have fun in your garage. Now, here's your car care tip of the week with Richard Griot.
Hi, this week we're going to show you how to have fun in your garage with two of our machine orbitals. It's a fun way and a foolproof way to polish and wax your car. But first, let's talk about the polishing machines. The Griot's Garage Professional Random Orbital Machine is a professional duty machine. It is perfect for the weekend user or the professional detailer. Our specially developed foam pads combined with our machine polishes and waxes allow the paint to remain cool. Cool paint eliminates the fear of burning through your finish. It is important to use a separate pad for each of your machine polishes and waxes. This way, no contamination occurs between the pads. Set your speed wheel to number 4, drape the cord over your shoulder, and place the pad on the paint surface and turn on the machine. Make an imaginary square on the area you are working and start in the upper left-hand corner. Go across to the right, then drop down and go to the left. When you reach the left side, drop down and go to the right. What you're trying to do is distribute the polish evenly and cover every part of the panel. Keep going in this motion until all of the liquid is evenly distributed and has just about disappeared. By working the product onto the panel and thinning it out, you won't be taking off so much with a towel and your elbow grease will be reduced substantially. Now wipe the polish with a microfiber cloth. Taking off the polish while it was still damp will be easier. Machine Polish 3 will remove many imperfections on the first pass. If you want to remove more imperfections, use Machine Polish 3 one more time until every imperfection is polished out. It is the most foolproof way of polishing your paint. Whether you're polishing your paint, polishing your chrome bumpers, taking watermarks out of glass, restoring an old silver trophy, or rejuvenating the gel coat on your boat, this orbital system is awesome. And you'll love our orbitals to wax your car as well. I haven't waxed a car by hand in over 20 years.
Well, folks, we've saved the best for the last. This is an absolutely gorgeous 1958 Coupe de Ville Cadillac. And Ken, you've done some extensive modification on this thing, but the thing that really stands out, not only the styling, but the paint job you did on.
I looked at the different color chips that everybody made of what they call the flip paint or the chameleon paint. And I picked out Sherwin-Williams, which doesn't sound right, but it had the best color to me. It's gold, lime gold, bronze, and magenta is what it changes to. And it's a true hologram. It's actually diamond dust, so it's not sunlight, it's angle. So as you walk down the car, you'll get different colors.
And I like the way the paint complements the customization that you've done.
Of course, they always look longer when you lower them, and it's got air ride technology, which throws it to dirt pretty much. And then, of course, the fins, they've been raised about 4 inches, extended maybe 1.5 inches.
You took the fins on these Cadillacs to a whole new level, didn't you?
I did. They call some of my vehicles land sharks. Of course, put the 59 Caddy light, and that was quite an extensive deal because I had to make the bezels and everything.
The skirts there, I mean, those are extensive.
The skirts are. I think they're 7'3", and they're bubbled both ways and then brought up to meet this double-pointed spear, and of course, then a scoop in it for, you know, kind of help cool the brakes and all. The spears actually are acrylic. That's the only thing that's not steel on this car. I had them made originally for the 49 Cadillac, and then I found the stainless spears to put in it.
Seems like that's kind of a signature of yours, these scoops like that.
If you notice all my stuff, whether it's flames or skirts or what, I don't like to be timid. You got to take them the whole way, and you got to respect the lines of the car. People say, well, what did it start out as? Well, it still is. It's Cadillac.
Yeah, and the interior is absolutely exquisite in this.
The front buckets are 2001, I think, SSTs, Cadillac. And, of course, we handmade the console, and the little gauges inside is for my air ride to show you how, you know, what pressure you are.
Sam, this has been a real prize winner for him.
And you know, the reason they call these cars lead sleds is this isn't a bunch of plastic and Bondo that's going to crack. Ken is a real professional metal worker. This is all steel. And when they welded things together and ground them to smooth them, of course, they laid in the lead, hand filed it, hand sanded it, got it ready for primer. He does a great job. This is you, buddy. I could see you and Mrs. Bowman cruising.
Not many guys do paddling lead anymore.
No, absolutely.
Well, Ken, I want to thank you for allowing us to come here to your collection and see it, and for you showing us around. From the looks of out back, though, you've got a lot of work ahead of you.
You need to keep in good health because I got a long way to go.
You sure do. Well, folks, once again, we've run out of time, but we want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time here at Griot's Garage Treasures.